You are listening to Down Home.
My name is Travis Lindsay, as you heard, and that is a terrible black guy name. It's a garbage, it's not a cool black guy name at all. When you hear it, you don't think black guy at all. I can tell, here's proof. When I came out, you guys clapped, and then you actually saw me, and you're like, that name does not match it's a Trayvon, maybe, but it's not a Travis. His name sounds like he works at Starbucks, but his skin says he gets kicked out of them.
Jay and I have a conversation with homegrown Scotian comedic talent, Travis Lindsay, whose hard work and talent has garnered a fair amount of attention recently. In the last couple of years, he has won the CBC Open mic comedy contest at the HUBCAP Comedy Festival, released his debut album called The Kid Is Alright, which hit #1 on the iTunes comedy charts, and he has joined the cast of This Hour is 22 Minutes as an on-air correspondent. Welcome to Down Home, the Nova Scotian experience from two black men. I'm Derek Wise, and as always, we have Mr. Jay Jones.
What's happening?
And our conversation this week was with Nova Scotian comedian Travis Lindsay. What's up, Travis?
Oh, not too much, man. Just enjoying this semi-nice weather. Semi-nice.
That's the Scotian weather, right? You wait wait 10 minutes and all of a sudden the sun comes.
The epiphany, the moment of clarity.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for giving us a little bit of your time, man.
Oh, no worries. Happy to do it.
Now, how much of your upbringing has contributed to your comedy?
Probably, 90% of it. I'm very storytelling driven. So I guess, it's all about my life and my experiences. And, I think every little thing shapes anything. Anything, even if it's more of an observation. My upbringing affects how I view that thing. So
did you have like the funny parent or the funny uncle that you kind of get your some of your mannerisms from?
I feel like everyone in my family is like funny for different reasons. I think we're all funny people, and humor was like the biggest tool I saw growing up. People are always making other people laugh in my family. I don't think there's like a specific mannerism or something I took on. I think there's definitely family traits I naturally have inherited, but I think for the most part we're all our own, none of us are the same type of funny.
Yeah, that's cool. So it was that sort of that Sunday dinner, everyone's around. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah. Now, just a quick question: were you born and raised in Nova Scotia? Because
born and raised, born at the Halifax Infirmary, and then just in Lower Sackville.
Lower Sackville, okay.
I always say Halifax, just because people go, Lower Sackville, where's that? So it's easier.
Yeah, Derek and I spent a lot of time in Sackville back in
the day. Jay, what are you talking about exactly?
Well, hey, the Roxy, remember the Roxy?
The Roxy. Oh, that thing would have been long closed. Oh my goodness, man.
Oh yeah, Roxy. For sure. But I'm just saying, Sackville's where it's at.
Yeah, that's where something's at.
Yeah, I saw it a few times.
Oh man! So we've noticed that a few of your sets are kind of centered around race.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this a conscious effort, or do you feel that you take the responsibility to use your platform to speak on the issues, or does it come naturally?
I definitely don't think it came naturally. I think it's only in the last few years I've been really comfortable, or maybe not even comfortable, just being like not afraid to talk about these things. Because working here, you do a lot of small towns, and sometimes people aren't laughing at the right thing, and some people don't get the nuances in whatever my joke is talking about. They think it's like, oh, it's funny, he's black. It's not. No, it's funny because it's fucked up what you guys are doing to us and whatever I'm talking about. So I feel like, I feel like there is more of a, not responsibility, but I think it is something that's just more important for me to talk about and not sugarcoat things and not make things comfortable for people. I learned not recently or a little while ago that, like, you know, not everyone in the room needs to be laughing. Like, not everyone. That's not, to me, that's not comedy. Comedy is half the people laughing their minds off and they laugh going, what are we watching? Like, I think it's got to be a good mix of both, because, you know, if you're saying something in the room is 100% laughing, then we're not saying anything important. If we're all, you know, can't change minds that way.
That's interesting because you know, Dave Chappelle kind of has taken some heat from his Netflix comedy special. What are your thoughts on that? Like some of the backlash that he's getting?
I think when it comes to jokes, I think you're always going to upset someone. And it's always like, to me, it's nothing new. I'm not someone who's like, oh, I can't say anything on stage anymore. I can't cancel culture, whatever. I do my shit. I keep my head down, and I keep it moving. And I think, you know, that's the thing people need to do more than, you know, complain, going, oh, I can't say this, I can't say that. You can say what you want. You got to just stand by it and you know, back your stuff up and live in your convictions. And I think you'll be totally fine. Like, to me, any kind of backlash from like jokes that come, it all blows over. It's nothing new. It's been happening forever.
Yeah,
true,
you know,
true. No such thing as bad publicity, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And but it's so funny though. Like, I find, like, even with today's cancel culture, like, years ago, comedians were saying some sort of taboo stuff at the time, and they were kind of revered for it in a way, just for having that time being able to speak the truth, which everyone sees. So I always found comedy a better place to put the truth, where people can laugh or go, what the hell are they talking about? Or make you think, you know? So
no, for sure.
It's kind of sad that the mob mentality based on everyone ganging up on each other has sort of taken hold sometimes. I get it. You're supposed to have a filter. Sometimes you should be careful what you say, but, you know, comedians, I think, within reason, they're the ones seeing everything and letting us see it in a different way.
Yeah,
at least the humor in it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's, you know, it's putting the ice cream in the pill, you know, so it's a easier swallow, you know.
Yeah, the old moon mist ice cream.
Miss
that.
Miss that. Oh, let's not go down that road, because I missed a bunch of stuff in hell.
They got moon mist alcohol now.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds a bit sweet.
That's
though.
right. Yeah, they got a moon mist like hard seltzer at the craft breweries here. Yeah.
Did they have a Donair sauce one too?
There was King of Donair released a Donair beer a couple of months ago. I'm not even joking. Yeah,
that doesn't sound good, man. That doesn't sound good.
No, we're getting crazy up here.
Especially hold the onions, you know. That's crazy. So Derek and I, it's been a while since we lived down home, and we haven't been there in a while. So we were wondering if some of the Scotian slang is still prevalent in the day-to-day conversations, like "go on with you," or "that car's right nice," or "oh my nerves," or "fill your boots," or "what you saying," or "holy mackerel." Those are some of the things that we grew up on. Is there anything that is still relevant or
all
different? Yeah,
all of them are still being said.
Really?
I've heard all of them within the last 2 weeks. At some point, you know, holy mackerel is definitely probably dying off, but I think even I've said that probably within the last 4 days.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, we certainly have our own way of talking, and it's held up. It's held up. It just keeps getting passed down and passed down.
The one that I had to work out of my vocabulary was the right one. Like my wife is Australian, and she still makes fun to me this day, because every once in a while I'll slip out and I'll say, "Gee, that show was right nice." and she'll say, right nice, right nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't believe an Australian is giving someone guff about slang. I mean, they got all kinds of crazy words.
Yeah,
I
like
know.
The
boy.
normal stuff is silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Well, that's good. It's good to know that we can still communicate through slang, though. That's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it was always a cool way of life. Now, I guess on the more serious tip, like what is how have things changed since sort of the racial reckoning of 2020? I know for us, when we sort of got involved
Mhm.
with being more conscious of what was going on, we decided to sort of do this podcast to
Yeah.
talk about these issues. And I guess that's the way we're sort of healing from it, just
Mhm.
having these conversations about it. Now, what about Halifax? Like, has it changed since 2020, and has it changed your career?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily affected my career, but I think what I'm willing to talk about on stage definitely changed. I'm a little less willing to compromise, like I said earlier, to make people feel comfortable, and and more or less try to be honest while still being funny. Funny is still always going to be the number one priority to me. But if I can say something, or resonate with someone, or change, not even change someone's mind, but have them be open to have their mind change somewhere down the road, then I think that's an important thing. It was tense here for a little, like everything, it happens. Everyone's boom, 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 and then the people that are still boom, going for it are still doing it, and then you have some people spread out and onto the next thing and onto the next thing, and but I feel like people do want some a change, and people seem to be a little more self-aware of stuff that's going on after 2020. And I think for me, I just was not afraid to use my voice anymore after that. I was I would post on Facebook and long rants and stuff about what was going on, and if anyone had a problem with it, there's the door. Like, why should I be afraid to lose this person that's not gonna support me, or doesn't honestly care about my own health and safety when this kind of stuff's going on.
Right.
So it was just a eye-opening year for me, for just being honest, not being afraid, and knowing there's nothing wrong with me being angry and me being upset, and it's not my problem, it's your problem.
Yeah. Now being biracial, does that sort of make you that much more in touch with your sort of blackness in these situations? Like, was there something that just, I mean, obviously being black and us seeing what was going on in the world, of course, it's going to affect us all. But like, what is the perspective coming from a biracial, place,
Yeah, it's, I think that's the thing about racist people. Even though I'm only half, I still get treated like I'm full. They're they don't really care that much, the difference. I think it was it made me reflect on growing up and how I was treated and stuff like that. And I started asking people, and I do sometimes on stage, how did you learn about racism? And if you weren't black, most of the people would go, "Oh, school." I was taught, and you were taught it, and I lived it. Like, that was my first experience. I was 5 at a pool, and I bumped into this old white lady, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And she looked at me. She goes, "You people are never sorry."
Oh,
and then and I'm 5, like,
yeah,
and I'm swimming too, so I'm already breaking stereotypes. So I don't know why. Like, no matter what I do, I'm not good enough.
Wow.
It's interesting. I forget what I was watching or listening to, but actually, no, I was editing one of our previous podcasts, and our guest mentioned that a white gentleman mentioned that he was with a black friend of his, and his friend said, you step out of your door, and how do you think you're perceived? And the guy said, I'm just a dude walking down the street. And his friend said, I step out of your door and I'm that black guy. So, I'm walking down the street, people are looking at me. So I can't, I'm not the anonymous person walking down the street.
No.
Yeah. It's something that we all feel.
Yeah.
Whether you're biracial or full or whatever, right? In the world's eyes, you're a black man. Yeah.
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 Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's been an interesting couple years down here for sure. But I think out of it is very positive stuff, and I think
one of the positive things that you're seeing on a day-to-day basis, just out of curiosity?
Just more self-awareness and people being more accountable. Yeah. For how they view things, and just willing to listen and realize, it's not a card being played. It's a story being told, and so I think there is, for the most part, people are trying to be better. And then, COVID happened.
Yeah. And
then that took over everything.
True. It's almost on the back burner, but we can't let it be on the back burner, unfortunately, man. We have to move forward, right?
Yeah,
definitely.
Especially with what happened, and it was on everyone's mind, and like Dee said, now it's the back burner. But hey, these things are still happening. These things are still ingrained. Just like you being at a pool with an older woman. Where is she learning that from? To associate a 5-year-old with what does a 5-year-old have to be sorry for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are the things that really, and I'm not a mad person by nature, but those are some of the frustrations you kind of feel when you look at it, even from the outside looking in, just from the perspective that it is, with how it's taught and how it's just passed on and how it's traumatic for all of us,
Yeah. True.
Anyway, that's all I have to say. I want to try those Donair beers.
The Donair beers?
Really? I'm excited about it.
God.
Just to try, I
gotta see if they still make them. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we're getting crazy with the first one here. Travis, it's been great meeting you. This is
you guys too.
Nice conversation, man. We definitely would like to count you as a down home ally. Maybe touch base in the future.
Yeah, please.
Awesome.
That'd be great.
Anything to add before we wrap up?
Not at all. I just think this is awesome what you guys are doing, and bringing a little spotlight back here, is always good. I think sometimes we get overshadowed by the rest of Canada, and we're here and we all have stories to tell, and we're interesting people, and we got our own slang, and we just got to start spreading. You got to get people saying, rights.
Yeah, we're gonna insert the right in everything.
Yeah, you're gonna insert the right. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Right. Make a comment.
Yeah.
Jay Jones, take us out, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for checking us out. It was good to see some of your clips there I saw on Spotify. So, you're doing your thing, and it sounds like you're empowering yourself and empowering others. And, even some of the jokes that I've seen are just really funny. So keep doing your thing, man. You can tell you're finding your niche,
I appreciate it.
Word.
Awesome.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Cheers.
Thanks for coming out.
You have been listening to Down Home. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
Okay. I got to go. But this is fun. I took Uber here. This was a great experience for me. I like having Uber now. It's but it makes me feel bad. Like when I get in a cab, I know I'm the normal one. And now I get in an Uber and I'm not too sure. I got into an Uber the other day. The guy had candies and hand sanitizer. I had to step up. He was in a truck. Do you ever step up to get into a cab? No, you don't. You feel like you're on a date. I'm like, we're going to a parking lot, not my friend's house. It was so weird. We got in the car. His name was Jong. He was a lovely Korean man. But I love about Uber is I'm a shy guy. So like, I got in the Uber and I just started looking down at my phone. He said hi. I said hi. And that was going to be the exchange. And then we started driving. And out of nowhere, I hear, hyping me to Hui Jean. Now I know I look like 10 different races. But Korean is not one of them. But I didn't want to be rude, so I just went, yeah. And the whole ride, every few minutes, something else in Korean, I just go, yeah, sure. And like answering him. And then we finally got to my destination. As I was getting out, once again, I heard, hyping who mito way, Jean. And I went, oh no. And I realized his lips weren't moving. And the sound was coming from his GPS. I had been talking to his GPS the entire time. I said, thank you very much, Jung. He said, yeah, buddy, you too. Guys, I've been Travis Lindsay. Thank you very much.
The song, Breaking New Ground, from The Breakdown.